Flyme can turn this one around. He's a bit further down the leaderboard right now. Flyme, that is. So would want to get some points off of this matchup. We go straight into it, into game number 1.
Interesting head from Feneb there.
I like
the first thing I noticed before looking on the round. Now we look where we are. Okay, it looks like we are in Sweden. Here we have those Swedish signs. We have the red Google car as well. We have some information. That's a long word.
That means insurance.
Okay. What is this bus stop? Is it a Stockholm bus stop? It looks like it. We have Feneb in Stockholm.
Bad guess.
I think it is a Stockholm bus stop.
Premier League? We gotta be in the UK. No, I'm kidding. Guys, it's just a bus sign. Don't get baited.
Yeah, but we have them both in there, and it is indeed.
Outside of Stockholm it is. Down towards one of the trillion islands that Sweden has to offer. As Flyme off to a good start. Unluckily for him, so was Feneb. Just 12 damage done.
Indeed, and this looks like the US. I wanna say it could be Maine. All the way northeast. Now, if I would have to explain why, I would simply say because it looks like it.
Which you always in-depth analysis. Thank you, expert.
Always love to hear. It looks like it.
So what you're saying is that you're vibe guessing Maine. There's no direct reason, no specifics.
No, it's pretty much the mountains, the green mountains, foliage. This trees looks a bit more northern, but we should be in the US. We have some corn here. That's interesting.
It's gonna go West Virginia.
So maybe we aren't that far northeast with corn, because I don't think I've ever seen corn in Maine.
Well, both them around down there. It was further north in New York State, but both of them equally far off. Means once again minimal damage being done here. Flyme though, able to keep his flawless going, although it might not matter much because it's just by 108 points.
Nope.
But we'll see if it stays afloat as we go to Indonesia.
We will see indeed. We should be in East Java. Now I also have an explanation. Because we have tile roofs will put you into Java, and then we have an asymmetrical pole, which you see more in East Java. And we have them both in East Java in Surabaya. And yeah, that's the 2 clues you need. But of course they also had some good information.
As close as can expect it to be in a round like this. As we move on to the next one. Again, I mean, they're playing very equally, very much. I mean, the fact that we're into round 4 and neither of them have taken over 200 damage, and barely even 100, that is pretty impressive, to say the least. Maybe this round will give us a bit more damage, though.
I don't think so, because we had McKay. We had McKay on the sign, therefore they will already probably know the rough region. Now you have to find some more information. I really like Feneb's sign there. That's something you love to see after you have a region guess down. You like to see those towns that are just 10-15 kilometers away to get
10Ks? But any 10Ks in the chat? I think there are.
In the end. And still no 10K animation. That is sad.
But you know what? We have the emote in chat. If you're sub, get that 10K going, because that's the first one of the day. We didn't get a single one in the last 2 weeks either, at least not in the broadcast that we were covering. So thank you for the 10Ks throwing in there.
That's lovely to see, and I hope I get a little bit of 10K emote spam in the chat. And we move over to this round in Finland, and again we have some good signs. They will probably both get the region down again, given that the town is pretty far away. So you would assume you find it quick. We also have a road number. I couldn't really catch it because Feneb was penning a bit too fast.
Get 63 and 68 lining up. I think Feneb might be lining up back-to-back 5Ks here.
Yeah, off-road to...
He's found the city. He's right next door. This might be it.
Yeah, but we
I mean, Flyme is yet to even zoom in, so he's definitely not found it. But I think Feneb might go back-to-back on his 5Ks here. We'll see. Indeed, he will. 2 meters off. Holy Feneb. It's the hat magic, I'm telling you. It is the hat magic. Back-to-back 5Ks for Feneb.
Indeed. And we have a single yellow line, which you commonly found in Canada with no front plates. You consider Alberta, Saskatchewan, or Quebec with these looks. Out of those 3, yeah, when I say it could be Quebec. Now we hope to find some language to confirm it. And we do.
Yeah.
It's also saying, alright, so yeah, we should be in Quebec. As expected, but at the same time, a state or a province, I should say, that is very hard to reach and guess.
Too big a place, especially with a 3.5 times multiplier, that you really dare to get those guesses in too fast, especially for Flyme. I mean,
we have water here, right south of us. Big bodies of water are always a very good thing to find, because that will rule down a lot of the regions. But still a lot of regions with big body water. To the south, this could have been
I mean, this could have
insane.
been game. Any one of them.
It could have been game, yes. I was calculating it through. It could have been game.
Definitely could have. And maybe it should have.
But
it's not oftentimes you get a chance to get your opponents like this. As we go to, is this Sweden again?
Gatan?
Yeah, it is. Or it's that Beatty place in Finland where they also write everything in Swedish.
But then they probably have it in both languages?
You would have to imagine, probably. Yeah. It would be weird.
Therefore, I hope it should be Sweden. We have some road numbers right there for both of them. So let's see who can use that one quicker.
56, 72, 254. A lot of info to be had. We found 56 on one, I believe. Now you have 72 as well. Flyme is going to log it in. Has 2 of the 3 roads. That should be enough to go by.
Yeah, so ideally you want to scan for the 2-digit numbers first and then find the 3-digit number, because it will probably show up later on the map.
There you go, in the right city. 300 meters off. Not a 5K, sure. But yet another good round for Feneb as he strikes hard once more. Issue is, I mean, Flyme is getting a lot of the same rounds in here as well, so he's keeping up pretty good pace.
Definitely. And we should be in the United Arab Emirates. With those palms and the sandiness, the poles, everything given.
It's Dubai sand.
Dubai sand, true. I don't think we are around Dubai. With those mountains, you should guess as far away from Dubai as possible.
You'd have to imagine.
Usually more in the north of the country or in the east, or those are the areas where you get more mountains.
Then
like
out
this
into a more of an urban landscape pretty quickly. Flyme is still stuck on dirt roads.
Yeah, so we should be somewhere in the east, I would assume. Do we have them both in the east? Flyme going a bit further south towards the pocket.
Mountain House is where Feneb is setting up shop. We'll see who gets the bit of it. Once again, Feneb on point. But still, I mean, yes, of course, UAE isn't the biggest place and they both have the region down, but just his precision in these rounds is incredible. Yeah,
definitely. Feneb playing as expected. Very good on this moving game. And we are in Russia. We have that blurry antenna, which you see a lot around the Urals. A good hedge for that is Ufa.
So a big thing that we haven't mentioned yet, of course, it is round 9 of 10. Should this game be tied by... should no player be eliminated by the end of round 10, it's the player who has the most health left that wins the round. That is the final round of this one. So for Flyme right now, he would love to see some big points coming off of Feneb here, so that at least coming into the last round, it could be tied, or even, preferably for him, I guess, with him ahead.
Yeah. This should be somewhere in the triangle of Perm, Kazan, and Ufa. We have Flyme right in the middle of those 3 cities that I've mentioned. So, like to see that guess. Whereas Feneb is committing a bit more to the east, committing all the way up northeast to Perm.
Ooh, 5 times multiplier. It's gonna be Feneb closer once again, but even then Flyme stays within reach. Issue is, now we get into that 10th round, and somehow Flyme needs to find 4,000 damage, or he will lose this round. Or this game, I should say.
And this off the bat looks like the Kruger National Park in South Africa. Again, I can't explain why. It just looks like it. If you've seen it a couple of times, then you know how the Kruger National Park looks like.
And that's the issue for Flyme right now. He knows that if he knows it instantly, so will Feneb. And not only will Feneb be closer, but even had he not been, I mean, there's no world in which Flyme gets 4,000 damage onto Feneb in that. So you really can't come into round 10 that many points behind, relying on a big country with minimal info to come through. But, I mean, having said that, back-to-back 10Ks for Feneb. Almost had a 3rd one in there as well in one game. He is really playing well today. Now, some of the locations might have been on the easier side. Some, I say. Not all. But still, for Feneb, I mean, he's playing incredible right now.
Yeah, there's nothing Flyme could have done better, because Feneb was always either on it or just right outside the correct city. So, therefore, I would say there's nothing you can do than to move over and show what you can do on no move.
Exactly. No move is where we are. As we go into round number 1, full health on both parties. Multiplier sat back down to 1, so we stay calm, at least for a bit of it, as we go to the US here.
Yes. Hopefully. We have a .com domain, which isn't the most helpful one. But
that's how you know.
Because we have Feneb in Ontario, I think because of the road angle. But I don't think it's Canada. I think it should be the US.
Let's see. 5 seconds to work with. They're going to let this one run all the way down to 0. And, well, yeah, both in and around the right area. But once again, it's Flyme closer. I mean, I feel like for... Feneb closer. I feel like for Flyme, he's been good in his assumptions. It's just Feneb taking those 3 extra seconds to get the exact location down. He's practically unbeatable right now.
Yeah, and then again, Flyme could have maybe put the pressure on him, because Feneb was originally in Canada, in Ontario. He was scanning some grids over there. It looked good. The road lined up very well, but he did decide to make the switch for his good, because he gained some points of that, and now we are in Chile. With this vegetation, I would assume we are somewhere around Puerto Montt.
I do feel bad for Flyme. We've had so much Argentina today, and now when it's his turn, he doesn't get any.
True. That is true.
Maybe the neighboring country will still come in handy for him.
Could be, but we have those... that's not really cabbage, but it looks like cabbage. Those that are growing right next to us along the road. Those you see a lot around Puerto Montt and more south of it. Therefore, we do see Feneb guessing over there. Flyme disagrees, goes a bit more north.
Ooh, big costly mistakes being made there. Good thing for him that it's only round 2, because that would have been game anywhere past round 5.
Definitely. That's definitely something you should know, especially in a country like Chile. Because it's a long stretch of a country where those little clues can give you a lot of points. And Feneb did make good use of that. Now we should be in the Po Valley, Northern Valley of Italy. The architecture looks Italian. It is very flat.
Both practically on top of one another right now in their guesses, but I mean, the story remains the same.
Nope,
even when they're both in the nearby vicinity, Feneb comes out victorious.
Just can't break the flawless. Feneb still on that sweet 6k health.
Let's see now. Maybe here we get a strike back from Flyme.
It is possible. They zoomed immediately on some text before I could get a good look on the location. Is it Indonesia? We have some water there to the west. Could be the Nusas. in Indonesia. I am not certain about it.
You know what? I like to hear that.
Not a lot of
sweet music to my ears when Delotrius is in doubt. Hopefully, for the sake of Flyme, so is Feneb. He's gonna go north on this one, but Flyme is staying over towards the main island.
Ooh,
one of the many main islands, I suppose.
Yeah, it's on the Sumatra island, and we have a Sulawesi. I like the Sulawesi guess more because I thought it's around there, or the news says, where you get more of this dry coverage.
Let's see if he gets it. Neither of them get it, and Feneb! There goes the flawless, my man, and a big cost at that too. Nice big swing for Flyme to climb back into this one.
Wow, that was a very unusual Bunton round, but then again, coastal locations can be a bit tricky.
Yeah.
They just look different.
Proved to be there as well. Now Flyme, all
now
for that
we got
big
the
round coming his way.
Argentina for Flyme that we were praising for. Is he happy about it?
We'll see.
I can't tell it from his face expression, but maybe from his guess. And Feneb is committing all the way north.
And that's the issue, right? I mean, when you give Feneb those 15 extra seconds, I mean, Flyme was incredibly fast, and even for, I guess, in his home country, unless you know exactly where he is, you can't really expect one to be completely on point, and I guess that quickly.
No, not really. And we move over to India. And is it true? We have some English. Line Hotel. Therefore, I like the northeastern guess from Feneb there. Because there's a lot of English in that area of India. Can't really tell the polls. But as I've already told earlier on the zigzag game, where I said usually for the northeast you have more clues.
Yeah, all the way east
I think we have them here now. Flyme not committing all the way to the other side, but West Bengal is also something I did consider. So I could see either side, but we should be somewhere around Bangladesh.
Let's see if he's gonna get it. He's not. That's gonna be big.
Feneb
it's gonna be too big. It's
right
going to be
on it.
Feneb on point again. What a game for him. I gotta get something real quick. 1 second.
Yes, he played insanely well. I mean, what's there for Flyme to do? Of course, he had some little blunders, but Feneb just